Hi, my name is Mark, and today we're going to show you a little bit about what to do with your brand new Armour Express body armor. Hi, my name is Mark, and we're going to go through what you should do with your brand new body armor once you receive it. After taking it out of the box, if you have a concealed carrier, it'll look an awful lot like this. A concealed carrier is also called an undershirt carrier, or something you wear underneath your uniform shirt. To remove the ballistic panels, there's a zipper underneath the Velcro here. Undo the zipper. And I kind of fold the sides in a little bit. And then up top, on the inside between the ballistic panel and the carrier, there's a patch of Velcro about that big. And you want to put your fingers between that and just work that Velcro apart. And what that does is it holds the ballistic panel up so it doesn't sag down as you're wearing it. So this is a ballistic panel. You'll notice there's a label on it that says strike face. Wear this side away from the body. It's very important that you put it back in the correct orientation. Body armor these days is not the same front to back. It has multiple different layers of things. On the back you'll see the label, which will include the type of armor and the level, the manufacture date, serial number, all that kind of stuff. The armor will come a little bit stiff just because it's fresh from the factory, and you want to break it in to make it more comfortable for you. It's not mandatory, but it sure does help the flexibility and the softness. So to break the armor in, you simply take the ballistic panel and just roll it up. And then unroll it, go this way and this way. Go from the bottom up. Flip it over and do the same thing the other way. And do this for about 10 minutes, both directions, and diagonally and bottom to top as well. Make sure you flip it over every couple times. Do that for about 10 minutes. Do that with the front panel, and then the back panel removes the same as the front panel. The back panel looks a little bit different. The front panel has a neck scoop, and the back panel goes pretty much straight across, so you can tell which way to put it back. And then to reinsert back into the carrier, it's just the reverse of previous. So the Velcro on the carrier top tabs is only on one side, so it does help make sure you get it in right, although we have seen people come in with the armor in the wrong way, which is kind of scary. So please make sure you follow the instructions. It'll say strike face. Some of them say this side towards body, but you can figure that out pretty easily. Back in it goes. Connect the Velcro at the top, because sometimes it gets a little folded over. Do the zipper up, tuck the little tab of the zipper in, and you're finished. So, a couple things to note regarding care of the body armor. There will be instructions that come in the pocket of the body armor that tell you a little bit about the use and care of it. As far as washing it, just follow the instructions that come with it. You can also find the instructions on the armourexpress.com website, or we have them if you want us to email them to you. When you receive your armor, you may notice that you have a trauma plate, also called a special threat plate, in the armor. This is usually a plate that looks like this. This is the Armour Express AirShock ICW. ICW meaning in conjunction with. In conjunction with just means you need to wear it over soft armor. Not that you'd ever just tape it to your chest. Wear it with your soft armor as you normally would. So this vest has a plate in it. So on the front side of the armor, you can open it up just with Velcro at the top, and there is a plate inside. When your armor comes new from the factory, if you ordered a plate, they will put it in the pocket for you. Please note that there are 2 pockets in there. There's a small pocket for the 5" by 8" or 5" by 7", whichever you get. And there is a larger pocket for a 7" by 10", which is the upgraded plate. Please make sure you put the 5 by 8 in the small pocket, because then it will locate properly in the center of the vest. If you put the plate in the large pocket, which I just did here, it will end up down here in the corner somewhere, and you'll kind of wonder why it's fitting funny. So just be aware that there are 2 pockets there, and to put the small plate in the small pocket, large plate in the large pocket. If you feel your armor is not fitting correctly, please let us know. We have a certain amount of time, it's usually a few weeks, to determine whether it fits properly or not, and if not, we can send it back to the manufacturer for alteration. Common fit issues are too wide in the chest, so you feel it pinching in here when you're typing or driving. And another indicator of that is the armor will buckle out up in the front. Another indication of ill-fitting armor is when you sit, the armor will hit your duty belt and come up like this, and you'll feel kind of almost a choking, which is very uncomfortable. And you may be tempted to pull the armor down like that, almost feels better with your hand out. That is not normal. So if your armor is hitting your duty belt a little bit, you can usually take up about a 1/2" to 1 inch of adjustment just with the shoulder straps. However, it is possible that the armor goes too long and it hits the bottom and chokes you at the top at the same time. So that's very uncomfortable, so we can either get the armor trimmed at the bottom and or trimmed in the next scoop. It's unusual that the back would not fit properly. If it did, it would be too long, and as you're standing, the back will hit your duty belt, the bottom of the back will hit your duty belt, and you'll feel it kind of pop up in the shoulders, and it'll just be a little bit funny feeling, but it won't be painful or anything. If that's the case, we can send it back and just get them to make it a bit shorter. One other thing to note is side overlap coverage. By side overlap coverage, I mean on the side of the vest, you can have a gap, you can have what's called a butt fit, where they're just touching each other, or you can have an overlap. Clearly the overlap is the safest because it eliminates any seams in case any threats decide to wiggle their way in the side there. Overlap's the nicest, although it does give you a thicker body armor down the side because you're wearing 2 layers now. Typically we go for about 1/2" to 3", 3/4 of an inch rather, of overlap. So if your armor is a gap fit where you wanted it to be overlapping, or if it's a huge overlap, that's unusual and that should be altered. So we can get Armour Express to trim down the armor on the front or the back panel and make it a little bit narrower. If it's a gap fit and you're wearing it snugly, you don't have to wear it really tight, but if you're wearing it just comfortably tight and there's still a gap there, then we need to send it back and they will actually get you a new panel that's wider to fit. It's very important that we have some coverage there. If you decide that your shoulder straps or your waist straps are too short or too long, please let us know, as we can provide different lengths of shoulder and waist straps. Also note that on the waist strap, there is a little area here that you can put your finger in to take the Velcro off. And this saves you from having to dig at the Velcro because it's quite strong, or doing that classic maneuver that ends up ruining the stitching down the side. We've seen many people in here with all the stitching falling apart, and that's usually why. So just use the little tab there, really nice and easy, and it's a great little feature of this carrier. If you have any other questions, please feel more than free to contact us and we'll do our best to help you. If you need alterations on your armor, please feel free to contact us and we can make arrangements based on the age and the style of your armor and provide you the best alternative there. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please contact us at the information shown on the screen.